Hey everybody, this is Jordan McConnell with the Crohn's Veteran Podcast, and my co-host CJ Cabrera, our other co-host Renika Wood is off this time. I'm wishing her well. Today's a very special episode. This is episode 60 of the Crohn's Veteran Podcast, and it's also a very special guest, which is CJ Cabrera himself. We're going to be talking today about CJ's journey towards our mission this year, in 2021. So really, really exciting. And CJ, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great today, Jordan. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for bringing me on the show.
You are welcome. And so, so first off, I want, to me, it's awesome because, even though we haven't, met in person yet, we're very similar build. I'm really, interested, for you to share with, our listeners and, folks that are impacted with, with Crohn's disease, colitis like yourself, what it's been like and what you've done to go from, January to, August and, and just, in your own words.
All right. So practically, I'm going to start from last year. And I'm going to start from when I messed up my hand in probably the summer. From that point on, all the way up to January, it was literally a snowball effect of just bad things happening. My hand was messed up. That means, or it was my dominant right hand. So I couldn't do a lot of things that I used to do in the past. I couldn't put a lot of strain in my hand. I was pretty much one-handed for a couple months. And then aside from that, I couldn't use it very long because the strain on the contusion. So it would cause extreme pain, and I would just have to take a break from whatever I was doing.
Was that your writing hand? Your writing hand?
Yes, it was in my writing hand, my right dominant hand. So like literally anything like writing, typing, playing video games, I could only do it for around like 30 minutes to an hour before it start hurting and I'd have to stop. So that definitely took a big strain on my mental. It kept me from doing a lot of things. It kept me from planning of the future because, I didn't know how it was going to affect the outcome of, if I was going to have another chronic illness, or if it was just going to be an injury and heal up, and then I could just carry on about my day. But that's not what ended up happening. Fast forward, I ended up hopping on, new medication. I feel like I hopped on prednisone, and with prednisone, that messes with your bones. And I feel like when I hopped on that, it kind of, delayed / slowed down the recovery process for my hand. Fast forward till January, February, March timeframe, I was still depressed. I was going through it. I was still having symptoms of UC every day, blood and stool cramping, brain fog, fatigue, all of those on 100. I couldn't see the light in December and in February. I'm pretty sure I wrote 2 blogs talking about IBD and depression. And then during that time, I was also smoking. I was smoking because of the pain, trying to just manage my symptoms with the cannabis. But it did a good job a little bit trying to manage the pain, but it didn't really do that well for my mental health.
Gotcha. And so, on that, what are some things that you have been doing towards, your mental health, would you say?
I'd say what I did back then to get my mental health straight was a lot of meditating, a lot of, practicing awareness, journaling, a lot of journaling. I bought a life book from an account on Instagram called The Book of Knox, introduced to me by IBDer Kayla. It's a pretty good book. On there, you could put your scheduling. You can do mental health exercises because they give you pieces of paper that you can glue on there, meal prepping, and just a whole bunch of scheduling in depth. And I use that a lot, just to write out my feelings, just sort out everything that was going on in my head. And I would sit down and write for at least like an hour 30 minutes, just to find out, where the pain was coming from. Because, when you're dealing with something for so long and you're such a negative headspace for that long, you start to kind of change your perspective. You start to be more pessimistic than optimistic.
Right.
For me, it really took getting to the worst part of my journey that let me say, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired. If I continue like this, I'm most likely just gonna have to get rid of my intestines and my colon, because literally every day I'm just losing blood, and it's painful. It feels like just razors just through your intestines, and it just leaves you drained and debilitated, and you don't really want to do anything. And then you're over here trying to self-medicate with cannabis. You're out here feeling like a druggie because, you don't want to take opiates or any strong medications, because you're already doing that work to get your body right. You don't want to take another thing to throw it off.
And so now, you've, approached what you would call, functionally, like remission. And so, so given those, horrendous, terrible symptoms I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, what have you done, or, what are the treatments or approaches that you've done to, thankfully, not to deal with that, anymore?
Okay. So right off the bat, I was like, I don't know where to start, but I'm going to start where, it's the most important, and is sleep. I wasn't getting any sleep. I would wake up every few hours just to go to the bathroom and then come back and then have to smoke to sleep again, just to wake up a couple hours later to do the same thing. So I hunkered down on my sleep. I stopped smoking. That causes insomnia. I did not know that. I, got on a sleeping schedule, trying to sleep from a certain time of day to, another time of day. So pretty much I would go to sleep at 10, and then try to wake up at 6, and then do everything I needed to do, like meditate, and then working out, on top of journaling and just pretty much mental health things. When I was trying to get in remission, my main focus was my sleep, getting my mental health right. And then once I got my sleep down, it was fixing my gut. So right after that, I decided that I was going to start fasting just to give my gut extra rest. And I started fasting from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So pretty much I would consume all my calories in between those hours. And I was doing a flare diet. Pretty much I cut out all of the foods, or all of my trigger foods, and only stayed with the foods that I knew that didn't hurt me. And then after I did that for a month, I also incorporated probiotic yogurt. It was a soy yogurt from Silk, and I would add that with my flare diet, and I would eat one or two of those every day. And I really, really started to notice a difference after a week or 2 weeks. So I was just like, you know what? After a month of this, I'm going to step it up. So I decided that I was going to get kefir, and it's a probiotic. It's a dairy probiotic. It's very, very strong. I ended up getting a unflavored one, because the flavored ones that they have in the store have a lot of sugar in them, and it low-key just defeats the purpose of drinking that probiotic. Your mic is muted, by the way.
So so thank you. So I was wondering what do you think about? Because I was like, man, he's drinking that stuff, unflavored. Wow.
Oh no! Trust me. The first day I took it, it was a big mistake. I took it unflavored, and I was just I just downed it. I was just like, this is the worst thing in my life.
Wow.
Never again.
Okay.
Then the second time after that, I added fruits. I drank with almond milk. I added a banana. I added like melon, papaya, and I would just drink it.
Anything out of all those like like little elixirs and concoctions you made, which one which one like seems to be the most palatable? Which one tastes the best? Do you think?
Which one tasted the best? I'd have to say it was one that I made with papaya, banana, and I think I added maybe a little bit of pineapple
Oh,
and
okay.
and strawberries. So it was like a little fruit mix. It was a lot of fruit in that one.
All right. Like, do you think that would work? Like, if you had that like as a frozen fruit, like a like smoothie, would that work?
Uh, I don't think so because you still have to drink the kefir. You know what I'm saying? It might be too chunky, right? Or no, 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 no.
But keep going.
Yeah, because I tried to mix it with like a protein, and it was just I don't know what to tell you, brother. Yeah.
So that sounds pretty adventurous. But I do want to try because I've heard that's really really good for IBD, and so I thought I was curious. And so
Yes.
and so well, that's good. And so for folks that that don't know you, so you had a pretty healthy weight gain, would you mind sharing because I said again people really can't see us, it's like CJ and I are roughly the same size and stuff like so just for people that have a hard time, like a small frame, like small frame dudes, like what did you do to put on some weight?
Remission.
Mm-hmm.
No, but seriously though, I knew my goal was honestly to gain weight, and I knew that I couldn't maintain and gain healthy weight without being in remission. So that's why I focused on fixing my gut. But on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, on top of being in remission, getting good sleep, uh, eating on a eating schedule, like consistently eating the same amount of calories like every day and possibly even more to like gain. Um, that's something I had to hunker down and fix because I had trouble with that. Not every day I was eating, the same amount of calories, but I was in the same range. So since I was being consistent with it, I was slowly going up. Some days I would go up more than others because, I ate more, but then, all that just levels itself out with time and exercise.
Cool, cool. I said, well, I'm glad you're feeling better, and I hope that you hit all your fitness goals and stuff. And I'm feeling that my life over here is the reason I moved to Las Vegas is just new environment and new approach, and so things are a lot better. And so there's a gym a few steps away, and my this is the beginning. We're the little guys like goes to school at a pretty reasonable time and stuff like that. It's like wow, I think things are finally starting to become normal, and so
Yeah.
and so it just makes life it makes it a lot easier to be consistent on things, and so but yeah, so again, bravo, bravo to to all that hard work and to feeling better, and and I hope you stay better, and and so and so so what are some of the cool things that because there's been a lot of cool stuff that you've been involved with in the IBD community on your own right and so what are some of the things over the past year or so that that you're most proud of that you've been involved in and why?
Uh, I want to say the Crohn's Veteran podcast, number one thing I'm proud of that I've been a part of for the IBD community. You know, talking to a bunch of IBDers, connecting with inspirational people, and just sharing their stories is definitely one of my, favorite things. Number two would have to be Coachy, advocating for them, being part of an organization like them. Three, I'd say, just being on the Instagram and connecting with IBDers is one of my favorite things for the IBD community, because you just never know who you're going to meet. And I end up meeting a lot of interesting people because, on their profile, they display all their, professions and what they do, and they give you like a little sneak peek of what they do. I like to connect with a lot of professionals, and, I ask them for advice and whatnot, and I feel like it works out.
Awesome. All right, well, you guys just heard my son in the background, and so but that's how podcasts work, at home. So, but well, that's really cool, and that's really cool, and of course, it means the world to hear you say that, that what we do, at Crohn's Veteran, means a lot to you, and it means, my dream is to still make this thing, a worldwide thing, still help a lot of people, all over, make a huge impact, and we're doing that, folks, we're already, heard in over 40 countries, I think several continents and all these really cool things, and this man right here is a big reason why we are here, and so, one of the things that people may not know is that on our brand new Crohn's Veteran store, all the products on there were made by this guy. So it's a team effort over here, and I'm just proud of what we've done. And so I'm really excited about all the cool things that we can do going forward. And so
I'm grateful we got the opportunity to meet, man. It was Loki felt like fate.
Right. Honestly. I know. And so it's been speaking of things that doing cool stuff together. We're doing this coaches symposium, right?
Yeah.
And so would you mind speaking on that?
Okay, yes. So there's going to be an IBD symposium hosted by Kochi, and it will be in DC. You can buy.
And Kochi's what again? What's that?
Kochi stands for Color of Crohn's and Chronic Illness. They will be hosting the event in Washington, D.C. for the 17th and the 18th. You can buy tickets online on their website at kochi.org or at COCCI.org. There will be a bunch of, medical professionals there. It's going to be a whole event. There's going to be people talking, very informational. Definitely going to want to check it out.
Very cool. Well, and this is, in this being episode, 60, we're going to be taking a short break, on our show for our listeners. But we plan on coming back, better than ever with great new content, new backgrounds, new just new equipment, new everything. It's going to be. I'm just really looking forward to having a lot more, just doing a lot more fun things, and making an impact for people, and still, and bringing our message of Crohn's colitis awareness, to a bigger and bigger audience. And so again, CJ, thank you for that. And so there's one other thing that I did want before I close this out. There is one other thing I wanted to speak on, and this is something that's nothing to do with us and stuff, but it's Crohn's related. And so there's an Instagram that I follow on official Crohn's Veteran, and also my personal Crohn's Veteran, and it's called I Battle Disease. Okay, and this is for all of our listeners, and this is I'm doing a public service here, trying to help some people out, and so I Battle Disease is a Crohn's account, or chronic intestinal inflammation patients, and they are based out of Beirut, Lebanon. Okay, and so apparently I'm not up on current events. I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna speak of what's going on. I have no idea. But people there need help. People there with Crohn's and IBS and IBD need medication. and so they actually DM'd me, and told me that that they need Remicade, Entyvio, Humira, Amgevita, Celera, Xeljanz, Hemorrhoids, Azicol, Imuron, Prednisone, and to contact them at this number. It looks like 961-3-878611. If you want to make an impact and help some people, your brothers and sisters, that are in need with IBS. And so again, I have no idea for the circumstances, but I do know that there's people in need, and this is an opportunity to help people that are in need. Okay, and so, but with that, on a brighter note, again, Crohn's veteran, if everybody that listens to us, I want to personally, say thank you for supporting our show. Without each and every listener, each and every stream, this show would not be possible. I mean, it just, without you guys listening to us, without you supporting us, without you sharing what we're doing, just it wouldn't be possible. And also, it just means the world to me, and I know it means the world to CJ too. The feedback and the love that that we get for not only me and CJ, but Renika too, and that we're able to share that love back out to the world too. It's just an awesome experience, and so just want to let you guys know that we're very grateful, and and that we ask you that please let people know what we're doing. Please let people know that we're looking for guests, we're looking for business opportunities, we're looking for sponsorships. Speaking of sponsorships, we'll have very exciting news when we come back next season about that. Again, we appreciate your support. Check, go to www.crohnsveteran.com to check out our website, and this episode and other episodes. You can go to Anchor, which is where our podcast is hosted at, but we're also on Spotify and Google and Apple and all that kind of good stuff. You can go, I think, like on the Google Assistants and Apple Assistants and stuff, and Siri and stuff, and find us and all those kind of things. So, so you can do that, and then also we're on, like I was saying earlier about this hat that I'm wearing on the Crohn'sVeteranStore.com, and also on our website. You can check out our brand new store. For Crohn's and colitis, and so for everybody out there, if you try to find really cool stuff to show support for ulcerative colitis, we have tons of stuff for you. It's all really, really awesome. So so I encourage you to check it out. And the same is true for Crohn's disease. We're trying to instead of raise awareness worldwide and look good doing it. So we appreciate your support. And with that, I think it's it. I think we got the YouTube channel. Of course, subscribe to that too. And so
follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. Yes. And so CJ, where can they find you on Instagram?
You can find me at Papuro at Papuro. You can find Jordan at Crohn's Veteran. You can find Renika at Crohn's_and_sexy with 2 X's.
That is correct. And so again, we appreciate Renika. We appreciate everything that she has done for the show. We appreciate, it's amazing that we're 60 episodes in, and her impact, again, means the world to me too. And so she's a big reason we've had the success and the love that we've had. And so again, yeah, definitely much love to Renika Wood. And so with that, CJ, thank you for coming up, for coming on and and sharing your journey. I wish you well. I hope you're able to reach all your goals, man, and and stay healthy doing it.
Appreciate you, Jordan.
Definitely, man. And so with that, guys, we're out. Appreciate you.